Dr. Mariela Vargas and Dr. Rafael Castro. I don't know if both are one or coming, but they're from ABLS.
Thank you so much for coming. Well, let me tell you a little bit about ABLS. We started providing ABA services for children about 10 years ago when Dr. Castro invited me to join his practice. And since then we have grown, and now we have a special education school in Newton. We also have about 150 students throughout the Commonwealth and also into New Hampshire. So you can imagine how happy I am to get into my car and go to the Mozart or the other West Zone schools, because it is really a commitment that we have to the people in Boston, and it has been such a pleasure to go into the Boston Public Schools. I think from all the schools that I've been to, I've also been to schools in New York and New Jersey and New Hampshire, but this is the best well received we've ever been in a school. We walked in and they all asked us, so are you the ABAs? Are you the ones that are going to be working with our children? And everybody from the principal to the teacher to the specialist have been so welcoming and so kind. So we really can't wait to start working with your children. Now, one of the things that as the previous presenter talked about, the first thing that we need to start doing is assessing the students that we're going to be working on. So we're going to be looking at an assessment that looks not only at behaviors to reduce, and that's a common misconception about ABA. So we're not just looking about things that we want to reduce, but also things we're going to teach. And like Seth mentioned, it's very important to develop goals that are going to be implemented by the entire team. So ABA would not necessarily be just looking at the behaviors to reduce, but we're going to be looking at academic skills, language, and executive functioning. So the first thing that we would do with your students is that we would look at the reinforcers. What are the things that they like to do? What are the things that they're going to work for? And also, this is an opportunity for them to start thinking about us in positive ways. So we want them to, when we walk into the classrooms, we want the children to think about, oh, these are the nice ladies or gentlemen that come with the bubbles and the, different things, as opposed to starting with placing a lot of demands on them. So we also going to look at language, reading, math. Given that in the spirit of a team approach, we want to be looking at all those different goals and developing a program that meets the most important functional needs of each student. Now, regarding our structure, we follow a similar structure as the one developed by Seth here with your team, which is that we have ABA instructors that have bachelor degrees in training and experience in applied behavior analysis, and they're the ones who are going to be doing the direct work with the students. So I think in Boston they call them the ABAs. We call them ABA instructors. We're calling them specialists. So they are the ones working directly with your children. Then there's going to be behavior analysts that oversee that program. And the role of the behavior analyst is to conduct the assessment and then to determine what are the skills that we're going to work on, what are the most important things. And it might be that for some students we divide the goals up with the teacher. Say, for example, if the teacher is focusing more on reading and math, perhaps we can work on language more intensively using discrete trial teaching or other methodologies. And then Dr. Castro and I will be providing general oversight of the program. So if there's any particular question or any child that is that needs more attention, we will be devoting that time. So our mission as an agency is to develop long-term relationships, and we want to develop long-term relationships with the families, with the school district, and with our staff. So I hope that we're thrilled to be here, and I hope that we can get to work with you for a long time. Thank you very much.